All right, hello guys, here we are setting up. I do want to give you guys a free-to-play option, so I'm thinking kind of Navigator with the way that this wind is set up. What that's going to do is it's going to let me kind of get to the min distance that I want. It'll make it just a little bit easier than a Kingmaker, in my opinion. Because we'll be able to just kind of set and make sure that we don't kind of go out of bounds with our club. So let's take a look here. Navigator QB 13.2, southwestern wind here. You'll see that I'll be pulling up towards mid club a little bit, so I might go maybe about 14-ish rings. I should be able to get a considerable amount of ball guide offset, so I'm thinking, you know, somewhere around here could potentially be good. And as I mentioned, I'm pulling up towards mid, so maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 14-ish rings, which is pretty much kind of close to what I just did there. Just a little bit of curl here. Oop, it looks like it might be one ring too. Well, maybe it's just my pull angle there, because it seemed to have landed shorter and to the left. So you may want to just be a little bit careful since I'm moving down to lower ground. You can see the ball is going to land short. So when you pull your rings, you'll probably just want to pull at a little bit off center angle. So what I'll typically do is kind of rotate my wind to where it's a little bit more north facing and a little bit less west component, and pull at that angle. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to pull up about 2 rings, because keep in mind that I'm pulling down into that water, which is on lower ground, so it changes the pitch. You can see that I landed kind of very short, even though I went the correct number of rings, and also still landed towards the left. So the way to counter that is there's, you know, a couple different ways. You either need to kind of adjust just a little bit less in the west direction and then pull it up towards the north, or you can just kind of change the angle. So if I had a do-over there, what I would do is I would just kind of offset my ring pull just a little bit more in the northern direction. So that way I'm pulling down at kind of a more north component with my wind there. And, you know, you should see that, you know, with just one more correction here, if I could just have one more look at that, you know, I should be able to get pretty good at that. But you can see even with this mistake, you know, I'll still be able to get it. And it's just something that I can fix on all my future attempts. So this is a nice starting point for you guys. You guys will know kind of the ring adjustment that I used, and you know, I really don't use elevation for this hole at all. It really doesn't require it. You can see there wasn't really anything wrong with my ring pull. It was more so in the direction, the pull angle that I pulled at. If I just, you know, since moving to the lower ground, if I just kind of rotate that screen just a little bit farther and pull a little bit more north and a little bit less west, that should come in kind of perfect following that mid-ring adjustment, you know, 14-ish rings. So good luck with that hole, guys, and I will see you guys on the next one.